Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is Collective Coffee, continuing on what we're experiencing at a global level. In regards to Palestine and Israel, of course, Iran has given Israel until Monday to ceasefire, or they will deploy, fight back, fuck them up. Also, in regards to what happened yesterday with the United States vetoing the humanitarian aid efforts that everyone else in the world was supporting, except the United States. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend you watch it. The one that I saw, when the United States voted no, the Russian representative, like, the evil eye that he gave the United States was intense as fuck. So I need y'all to understand what this means. We've been talking about World War III. We are here now. You need to prepare yourselves. You need to get your houses in order. Make sure you have enough food and water. Remember, it's winter coming. There's a lot of talk about how this winter is going to be bad based on the way that bees and caterpillars and other animals are acting. The drone bees have already been kicked out of the hives like a month early, which is a sign of a very harsh, cold winter. All that to say is that winter is a really easy time to fight a war and take power because of weather elements. All right. I need y'all to understand this call to action for white Americans. Some of the things that I'm doing as I'm on TikTok and seeing propaganda from Israel and IDF and charities that want you to donate to Israel when the United States is, gonna give them $100 billion, billions. We can't even fathom that. We can't even fathom that amount of money. So, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, when I'm seeing these things, what I'm doing is reporting them for whatever they fall under. I just saw a IDF woman soldier get on TikTok and do a finger down challenge, which is a popular thing on TikTok. Put a finger down and just completely, the victim mentality is insane. So what I did was I commented both Free Palestine as a hashtag by its own comment, and then I did another comment that said, put a finger down if you're actively genociding Palestinians, Free Palestine again. And then I reported the post for humanitarian exploitation, which is a thing that you can report as, because that's exactly what that fucking is. So I'm giving you ideas and ways that you can support quietly if you're not comfortable standing up. I do know that I saw earlier today that something having to do with Harvard students being denied something because of their stance on Palestine. So corporate America, of course, is going to push back. America can't exist without Israel. Israel is America's stronghold in the Middle East to continue oil. Okay? This is all about oil. It always has been for America. There's a decades-old recorded post of Joe Biden when he was something else in the government, talking about how if Israel wasn't created, we would have created it for our own interests, like flat out. This was like back in the 80s. So need y'all to keep your heads on straight, white Americans. It's time to utilize your privilege to make a point. Call your representatives, call your government officials, call whoever you feel like you need to call. There's plenty of scripts going around online of things to say. And again, caution you on the public records that will be made after you do that. Your support will be made public records. So again, if that's not something you feel comfortable doing in Fear of losing your job or livelihoods, of course. There are other ways to stand up, continue to fight against the propaganda. It's time to pick a fucking side. You can't be fence riding this. This is a genocide. Again, watch and look and seek the other people all over the fucking world. All over the world. Yeah, there's plenty of white folks all over the world that are speaking up. So if you feel like this is a race issue, and if you want to continue holding on to your white supremacy, which is, you know, if you're a good person, more than likely internalized, now is the time to decolonize. I've made plenty of videos on these things, about both white supremacy and decolonizing. So there are, and that's just me, there's plenty of resources out there. Remember to take leadership from those affected. Continue to seek the correct sources for information. There are plenty of people on the ground in Palestine recording and sharing. Continue to repost. Do not back down, because what we are doing and coming together is making a change. The mainstream media has gone back on several statements that they've made. There is lots of backtracking, both by the president as well. Continue to put the pressure on them for a ceasefire in the very least, but also everything else, the funding, everything. America needs to put that money back into America. America needs to get the fuck out of there, and Israel needs to stop. China and Russia are calling on them to stop. China has warned them as well, and China has made a public warning to the United States to back out of Taiwan, and if they do not, there will be harsh things. So we again are in World War III. This is what is happening. Do not believe everything that you are seeing, especially if you have that voice inside of you that says this isn't true. Trust it. This is a genocide. This is not a war. This is a genocide. Also, really quickly, the propaganda that came out immediately after the supposed Hamas attacked Israel was that this is Israel's 9/11. Thank you, baby. You need new fruit. This looks gross. Oh, you want me to hold it with this hand? Okay. Folks were saying that this is Israel's 9/11. If you are a person in America who is still, my glasses are dirty, who does not believe that America had a hand in 9/11 and that that was an inside job, again, I encourage you to look up that information. Spider. Oh, sorry. Where'd it go? If Loose Change is a movie by Dylan Avery that does an amazing job of presenting the information about how 9/11 was an inside job. It's a very old movie, came out a long time ago. That was one of the things that started radicalize me and started my decolonizing journey. Again, I want to caution you, yes, you need to take care of yourselves. Do not go into psychosis, but continue to do the things that I am sharing. We cannot back down, and if you are a white American, you have way more power than you think you do to stand up and speak, and now is the time to be on the right side of history. These are the things that you can do to alleviate your lineage, your ancestry, from the harms that they have done to others. And if this is the first time that you're joining this side of the fight, welcome. You're in good company. This is the correct thing to do. And if you're continuing freedom fighter, revolutionary, decolonizing, working on it, doing anti-racist work, continue that. It is a lifelong journey. You have chosen a different path entirely. This is not an overnight thing. This is a continued life change, just like anything else. All right, y'all, have a good one.